What if I told you this entire music video from lyrics to final edit was made with AI? Let me show you how I did it. If you haven't seen the She Rises music video yet, I recommend you pause this tutorial and go watch it first. It's live on our other channel and I've dropped the link in the description below. Trust me, it will give you better context for what we are about to explore here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to that channel and this one as well. Welcome to Uhura Workshop. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, there are timestamps in this video, so if you want to skip to specific section, you can do that. But I advise that you watch till the end so you get the full picture. Now, the purpose of Uhura Workshop is to explore how we, as storytellers and filmmakers, can integrate AI into our workflows to tell deeper and more meaningful stories. So, in this tutorial, I will break down how I created a song using ChatGPT and Suno AI, how I generated cinematic visuals with Google Veo2 and Runway, how I use Runway Act One for lip-syncing for artist performance. Just to note, Runway Act 2 is now available, but the music video was created when Act 1 was the latest tool. What story do you want to tell? For She Rises, I wanted to celebrate the resilience of womanhood, how she starts from small beginnings, rises through challenges, and leaves behind a powerful legacy. So first, we'll go to ChatGPT. If you don't have ChatGPT, simply go to your Play Store or your App Store to download it. I came to ChatGPT and simply said, write a song that captures the strength of a woman from childhood to old age and how the cycle repeats itself. So as you input this prompt, ChatGPT will go ahead and write the song for you. So this is how I created that particular song. So you can go ahead and input your own prompt and ChatGPT will create your song for you. Now, this part is very crucial. You are the storyteller. AI is just a tool. When ChatGPT gives you lyrics, don't take them as is. Carefully read through, reflect, and rework them. You can ask ChatGPT to tweak the lines or align better with your message or the story that you want to tell. So for example, let's look at these lyrics. Born in the quiet, wrapped in the dawn, eyes like embers just waiting to burn on. So this is what ChatGPT gave me. But maybe you want it more symbolic or abstract or just simple and bare. So what you need to do is to ask ChatGPT to revise the particular lyrics you don't like. And ChatGPT will do that and rewrite the song for you. The reason why this is very important is because doing all of this is what helps you retain authorship of the song. So don't just take what ChatGPT throws at you and run with it. No, make it your own creative work. Suno AI is a platform that lets you generate original music. They have both the free and paid version. Let's go over to Suno AI. So go over to your browser and type in Suno AI. If you are joining for the first time, it will ask you to sign up using an email. You go over to your Create tab, down here, or up here rather. When you click on Create, brings you to this interface. You have both simple and custom here. So because you have your own lyrics, you need to choose custom. Simple just allows you to give the platform an instruction to create a song for you. But if you have your own lyrics, you click on custom. So once you click on custom, down here is telling you to add your own lyrics. So what you copied from ChatGPT, just paste it here. So for the style, what I chose was a mixture of two things. One was folk pop and the second was cinematic ballad. So that's what I imputed here. So down here, you give the song a title. So after this, you go ahead and you click on Create. I'm not going to do that now because I've done it already. So once you click on Create, Suno AI will generate two versions for you. So you can listen to it. If you like it, you go ahead and you download it. As you can see, this is mine here, whichever version you want, either MP3 or WAV. I always prefer to download WAV, but for the free version, you can download MP3. But if you're not okay with the song, you can as well go ahead and remaster it. As you can see down here, mine is showing She Rises remastered because I had to remaster the song because I was not okay with the output of the first one. So if you want to remaster the song, down here, you click these three dotted signs. So you have remix, create, get stems. If you go to create, you see you have remaster. So if you click on remaster, it will go ahead and rework the sound for you. It's not going to change the lyrics. It will just rework the quality of the sound for you and give you 2 additional versions. Then you can download the one you want. Then under here, you have what you call get stems. So get stems is you want to separate the vocals from the instrumentals. So if you click on get stems, it will go ahead and give you both the vocals and the instrumentals. That's it for creating your song using Suno AI. I use ChatGPT to design Odunayo, her look, dress, accessories, and vibe. What I did was to bring in a reference image. But kindly note that with or without a reference image, you can still go ahead and input your prompt here and ChatGPT will create an image for you. The reason why I brought in a reference image is because this was the image I used for the album cover for this particular song. And I just wanted the artist to still look a little bit like this lady. So if you're wondering how to create this, I did this using image effects. So if you want to know more about image effects, I have a tutorial on my channel where I talk extensively about image effects. I now told ChatGPT, I want you to generate a character for Omotayo. First, I called her Omotayo, but later I changed it to Odunayo. Using this image reference, generate Omotayo for me wearing a white flowing dress. The shot composition should be from her. This is supposed to be waist, not width, from her waist to her head. And she's looking at the camera. The aspect ratio is 16:9. And this is what ChatGPT came up with. After generating these 2 images, the first question that will come to your mind is, this is not the environment we want this lady to be in, because in the music video, she's standing in a desert scene. I can take this image to Runway and change the background. But for me, I didn't do that at first. So what I did was to save the first image and then input it back into ChatGPT. So this is the first image. And why I did that is because I just want to create this character in this environment that I want. So I said, this is the Omotayo we generated. Generate the same character in the midst of a vast scorched earth. It's a long shot. She's standing and looking at the camera. She's probably wearing a white flowing dress and low sandals. Her dressing speaks of class, but simple and stylish. ChatGPT went ahead to do its own work and gave me this image. Though the face looks a bit different from the other one, but I was okay with it. It's AI and it cannot be perfect as we want it, but it's not bad. So what you can do is to right click on your image, save image to wherever you want to save it. So that's it for this face. So let's move on. Before I dive into the technical aspect of Runway and Veo2, I want to walk you through my creative approach as a director. I wanted a lot of visual metaphors to help convey the meaning of the song. So the question you ask yourself is, what is a visual metaphor and is it necessary? All right, a visual metaphor is when you let an image speak a language beyond words. When what we see carries a meaning far deeper than the surface. It's not just about showing, it's about revealing. Directors use them because they invite the audience to feel the story, not just follow it. A single frame can hold layers of emotion, symbolism, and truth that lingers long after the scene ends. Let me just give a simpler example. I believe most of us have seen a movie whereby soldiers are going on a rescue mission, or where they are told to go and rescue maybe a hostage or a group of people. And just before entering the building where the hostages are held, the director cuts to a close-up shot of a spider web on the door frame. This isn't random. First, that cobweb with the spider in it clearly tells us that the soldiers are walking into a trap. 1, or 2, someone has set them up to be killed. Simple. So that is a visual metaphor. So why do you need this? You must realize that as a director, your job isn't just to point and shoot with your camera. It's to make every frame speak, turning visuals into meaning the audience can feel without a word. So here's the visual metaphor behind She Rises. The video opens with Odunayo, the artist, standing in a vast scorched landscape. She's dressed in a simple white flowing gown. That white dress speaks. It represents purity of purpose, the vulnerability and strength of a woman with a sincere heart. But that dress isn't placed in a perfect world. It stands against a backdrop of parched earth, a landscape that symbolizes hardship, beginnings marked by lack pain or silence. The environment plays a key role throughout this music video. It reflects her journey, her transformation, and her rise. Midway through the music video, we see Odunayo, the artist, discovers an oasis in the desert. That's not just a beautiful scene, it's a turning point. The oasis represents hope, the breakthrough that comes after struggle. It tells us even in dry season, there's life waiting to be found. But before this moment of hope, we introduce a backstory. If you check the beginning of that video, you will see a little girl. She's in a thatched mud house looking out of the window. So looking out the window shows she is discontented with her current state. The camera zooms slowly towards her face. This isn't random camera movement, it's intentional. In storytelling, you have to be intentional with your camera movement. The slow zoom takes us into her thoughts, her questions, and her longing. She wants to know, 1, what else is out there? 2, is there more for her? In the next scene, she stands alone in a barren land. The camera rotates slowly around her. This symbolizes her internal tension, her unanswered questions, and her restlessness. Then comes the powerful moment where she looks into a mirror, but the mirror is cracked. This isn't about vanity, it's about identity and purpose. She's trying to understand who she is, but her vision is distorted. She doesn't yet see herself clearly. Still, she chooses to move forward and steps out. Later in the video, we revisit the mirror, but now she's older. She stands in a room filled with mirrors. None of them is cracked. This signifies clarity, growth. She has come to understand her identity. It is after this point that the artist discovers the oasis, the healing, the understanding, the identity that lead her to purpose. We also introduce another metaphor, the female contortionist. This image represents flexibility and endurance. The path of growth isn't always linear. It bends, it breaks, but it moves. And in those movements, there is strength. Toward the end of the video, we see fields filled with blossoming flowers and older women standing in green pastures. These images symbolize legacy, nurture, fulfillment. These are the legacies of women who nurture dreams against all odds, paving paths so others may rise with grace, power, and purpose. They speak of generations of women who sowed seeds and the beauty that blooms from their labor. And finally, we end with the image of a baby in the womb. A quiet, powerful reminder that the story doesn't end here. Life continues. I wanted a girl, looking out the window. So what I did was to go back to ChatGPT. Give me a prompt to generate a young teenage girl in like a mud house or ghetto setting. She's looking out of the window, a bit of seriousness in her face. So ChatGPT reworked my prompt, and he gave me this. A young dark-skinned teenage girl with natural hair, blah, 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 blah. So what I did was to copy this, head over to Image Effects, and I pasted it there, and Image Effects gave me that image. If you look at this, so this is Omotayo in her early 20s in room of mirrors, smiling at her reflection. I created several versions of this before I settled for the one I used in the video. So this is one, but this is wrong because she's standing by the side, but her reflection in the mirror is wrong. So I just couldn't use this. So I finally settled for this. So why am I saying this? It's simple. Most of the times AI is hit or miss, but you just have to keep going. So that's basically what I did for every other images. I don't know, maybe Google has changed their policy. It's saying that Image Effects isn't available in your country yet. I don't know why. I've been using it for the past 3 months. So maybe they are updating or they are changing their policy. So don't get discouraged. Maybe they will take this off soon. So Google, if you can hear us, please, we need Image Effects. So when you open Image Effects, at the top left corner here, there's an arrow. So click on this arrow. So you see Flow. So from Google Flow, you can access Veo2 or Veo3. So when I click on that, it comes here. So down here, you have new projects. So if you click on new projects, it will take you to this interface where you create your first image or your first video. So the way we are going to convert one image into a video is the same thing you can do for every other image. Down here, you say you have text to video. So if you click on this, you have text to video, you have frames to video, you have ingredients to video. So for this, we're not going to do text to video. We're going to use frames to video. What does this mean? Frames to video is basically telling the platform that you have an image that you want to convert to a video. So if you click on this plus icon down here, it allows you to impute or upload your image. So let me click on this. This is the image. Then when I click open, it will load. Yeah, it's just going to crop it to fit that aspect ratio. Then I'll click crop and save. You wait for it to upload. Interesting. So you see, sometimes that's the problem with Veo2. He said, we do not allow uploads of minor at this time. Please try a different image or send feedback. So that's one of the issues with Google because of their policy. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So for the purpose of this class, let me just do a live demo. So this is my second account. The other one, my subscription has finished, but I just thought to use this one just so that it won't just be me talking. So I'll go back and upload that same image. You do not allow upload mine, but this is not minor. You see, my other accounts, I was able to upload this same image, but now it's telling me I cannot upload this image with this new account. I went ahead to upload this image of the contortionist because I tried uploading that same image of that girl, but I don't know why it keeps giving me that error message that she's a minor. So I've imputed my reference image. So as you can see, say dark-skinned female dancer about 25 years old performs a stylish contortionist-inspired dance. So before I go ahead and hit generate, let me show you what we have over here. So here, this tab here allows you to choose the model you want to use to create your video. So if I click on it, first thing here is saying output. How many output do you want to generate? So by default, it's 2. So if I choose 2, it means it will create 2 videos for me. And that would take double the credit. So for me, I usually just leave it as 1. Then for the model, you can use either Google Veo3 Fast, Veo2 Fast, Veo3 Quality Audio, Veo2. But for me, I chose to use Veo2. Someone will ask, why didn't I use Veo3 for the music video? Based on what I've researched on Veo3, I cannot create that consistent character all through. So in the music video, I had a consistent music artist. Her voice remains the same. The soundtrack is the same. Veo3 cannot give me that for now. So that is why I am not so bothered about Veo3. Okay. I have selected Veo2 Fast. Before we generate the image, you want to add camera movements. So for this one, what I want is the camera to slowly rotate around her or orbit around her. And this is one good thing I like about Veo2 and Kling. If you click here, you get to see what the camera movement will look like. So if I move my mouse here, you see dolly in, the camera is slowly pushing into the subject. Dolly out is the reverse of that, so jib down. So this is good in case you don't even know camera movements. But Runway doesn't have this, and for me, that's not good. So I'll click on orbit left. So you see, once you click on it, it shows up here. So if you want to change it, if you're not okay with this one, you can still click back here and maybe choose static. Static camera is that the camera is not moving, but I don't want that because the story we're telling, we need the camera to rotate around her. So once I'm done with this, click generate. So it's done generating. So play the video, almost the same thing that I had in the music video. So once you come here, you can click download. So you can either download 720p, or if you want, you can upscale the video to 1080p, right? And upscaling is free. If you click on it, it's saying upscaling your video costs 0 credit. This may take a few minutes. So what I do is to download both versions, the 720 and the 1080p. So whichever one that works for me, that's what I will use. Because sometimes the upscaled videos, most times just has a bit of extreme sharpness on it. So one thing I like about Flow is that you can extend this video. So if you see up here, it says add to scene. So once you click on add to scene, it brings you here. So this is the video, right? So if, for instance, I want this lady to walk away from this scene. So what I can do is to come here, I say extend. So once you click on extend, you see down here, you can impute the prompt that you want. Let me just try something different. So if you check the music video, there's the part where this lady, so you can see she's talking. So you can see then she walks to the other side. The lady stops dancing. look at the camera and walk away. So let's see what this will give. So it's done. So let's play the video and see. So this is the first one. So can you see the seamless transition? This is beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful. So I'm playing it again. So I move from one scene to another scene with the same person, the same character, the same environment. I can use one character to tell different story all through. The only challenge is there's no audio, but this is fantastic. It's like a jump cut here, but by the time you put this on your timeline, you can piece both of them together and it will look like a seamless video. So this is how you can use Google Veo2 to create amazing videos. I hope this has been insightful so far. If it is, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So I'll just head over to sessions. Sessions are basically the project that you've created, and I think this is good about Runway, so you can create different projects and give them different names just to keep things tidy. So if I click on sessions, as you can see, I have 2 projects here. Mind you, when you sign up with Runway, they'll give you a one-time free credit of about 100 or 120 credits thereabout. At the top here, you can see we have image and we have video. So let me just go to the video mode first of all. So this video mode, if you bring in your image, for instance, like the image of the lady that we created with ChatGPT, you can impute it here and put your prompts to convert that image into a video. But for me, I did not go through this route at first, right? I came back to image, and the reason why I do that is because down here, as you can see, you have references and you also have styles, right? So style is basically the kind of style you want to emulate. The reason why these references are so powerful is because you can basically create so many things from here. I will explain all of this, but let me just make a point before I explain this. Now, this is the artist who created with ChatGPT. Now, this image is good, but for the story I wanted to tell, I feel the Scotch head is not as dry as I had imagined it. So what I did was to go to Google and I downloaded a desert scene. So I like this because you can see this Scotch head, you can see the cracks very well. So what I wanted to do was to bring in the both of them and ask Runway to take out the background in the original image and replace it with the one I downloaded from Google. The way you bring your image here is either you click this plus icon. Once you click this plus icons, it loads up this window. So you can click on this arrow here to navigate to where you save that image and bring it in to Runway. Let me go back. I'm not going to do that because I already have the image there. Or you can simply just click and drag. When you drag in an image into this dialog box, it won't come with a name. So as you can see, this first image now does not have a name. So it's very, very crucial that when you bring in an image here, please give it a name. So let me just drag this same image of a desert that we have here. I'll just drag it into the reference box. So give it time, it will upload. So as you can see, this same desert that I have here is the same image I have here. But now there's a small box at the bottom here. It's a tag to save. So the reason why this is very crucial is because that is how you can reference this image in your prompts. Hope we get that. So what I can do, I can say desert 2. So this is just for illustration purpose. So I say desert 2. So the system now knows that this image is known as desert 2. Once you are done renaming your scene, what you can do is to click on it. So once you click on it, it comes up to this box here. So I click on this first one that I've renamed as Omotile. I click on desert. So you see I have 2. Please note that I am only creating an image first of all. The reason why I'm doing that is once I see the image and I like it, then I will now proceed to generate a video using that image as a reference. We have the artist and we have the environment that we want to use. So we can go ahead and impute our prompt here. So let me just do it because this scene, right, is the same as this scene that we are seeing here. So I'll just click on this reuse settings so you see the prompt that I used. So now let's look at this. It's a long cinematic shot of at Odun. So you see why I said it's very important that you rename the references you impute here. So he's saying that I want a long shot of this lady standing still in the center of a vast desert, which is this environment here. The ground is cracked and scorched with distant heat waves shimmering on the horizon. So once I'm okay with the prompt, then you come down here, you see you have the aspect ratio option to choose from. So if you want it in 21 by 9 or 16 by 9, 4 by 3, 1 by 1. Choose the one you want. How many images do you want to create from this one prompt? Most times I leave it as 1. Which dimensions do you want to create? 1080 or 720. So 1080 will cost you 8 credits, 720 will cost you 5 credits. I usually do 1080p. So once we are done, let me just hit generate. This is the image. She's holding her dress, looking straight into the camera. The sun is behind her. This is fine. So what I did was to create my images. Then I now converted those images into videos. Pretty straightforward. So with this, you can go ahead and create any other scene that you want. So now we have this, right? So what next? Down here, you have some options. Now you can use this image as a reference if you want to, right? So if you click on reference, it automatically brings it here. But if you want to use it for a video, you click on input for video. So if I click on input for video, it will take me to this video tab. So it will automatically take this image and use it as a reference for my video. So let's just click on it. So I click on this. Can you see the images here? Right? So I hope you understand the process. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So what you can do here is to input your prompt. Once you input your prompt, click generate and it will convert that into a video. So that's how I was able to create this first scene. So let's just go through some quick shots and see how we did that. So the question you ask is, how do we come about the close-up shot? As you can see now, I have this close-up shot here. So let me just click on this button. We'll see how I was able to do this. So I click on reuse prompts and it brought us here. So if you notice, this is the same long shot that ChatGPT gave us. Then this is the desert scene. So what I said was close-up shot of Art Omotaya, which is this image in the same scorched desert location. She's now singing emotionally. Even though I said singing here, what that means is she would sing, but there will be no sound. All right? So that's very important. So she's now singing emotionally, eyes open, still facing the camera. So what this system will do is it will convert this long shot into a close-up shot, but in this same location. So I went ahead to generate an image first of all. So once I did that, it gave me this image right here. Convert this into a video. I'll just click on input for video. It will take us there. I can come back here and just copy this prompt. So as I copy this prompt, what I need to do is to delete the arts here. Once you're done, you hit generate. So let's move on. So I've shown you two things, how I created a long shot and how I created a close-up shot. So for this scene where she's walking in this vast land, she's not singing, she's just walking. Let's see what I did here. Let's click on reuse settings. So as you can see, I used the close-up image as a reference this time, not the long shot. So this is why I said Runway is powerful, because I can prompt it to give me a different camera angle or a different action for the character. So what I did here was a medium side profile shot of Art Odunaya walking slowly through a vast scorch at the desert landscape. The major thing here is the first instructions, which is a medium side profile shot of Art Odunaya 2. The camera tracks her movement. To track her movement as she's walking, the camera is following her. Remember I said generate your image first of all, then convert it into a video. I created two images for this prompt. Why? Because the first one I did, I wasn't okay with it. As you can see, the dress looked funny somehow here. So I did this other one. So this is the one I now used in the video. So let's move on to this scene of this oasis. So I wanted her to discover an oasis in the desert. So what did I do? So let's check this prompt and see. So I used that close-up as a reference image. So I went to Google and I downloaded an oasis and I renamed it as Desert 3. So bird's eye view. So bird's eye view is like a high angle view of Otunwayo arriving at a small hidden oasis at Desert 3 surrounded by scorched desert land. Omotayo enters the oasis. So this is very crucial because I wanted her to walk into that scene. I generated an image first of all. With this image, what did I do? When you click input for video, it takes you to the video tab. Down here, you have different models. The latest model with Runway is Gen 4. Down here, you see we have previous models. So if you go back to it, you can switch to maybe Gen 3 Alpha Turbo and Gen 3 Alpha. So once you are done selecting the model you want, you can come down here and specify the duration, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So once you are done selecting your duration, you go down here and you hit generate. As you can see, this is the video. So what do you think? I think this is powerful. This is great. Now, because I'm telling a story, I just don't want her to walk into the oasis. I also want another shot where she's sitting by the oasis and playing with the water. So for that, what did I do? So if you check, I did like two scenes there, one where she's singing and one where she's not saying anything, just playing with the water. So this is the image that I first of all generated. So if I click on reuse settings, it takes me back here. So medium shot of Atodunwayo squatting gently beside the water's edge in the oasis at Desert 3, which is this image. So when I generated this, it gave me this image. So I used that image to generate this video. So here she's not singing. This is just a B-roll that I used to fill up the music video. So this is how I was able to create different scenes. Towards the end of the video, two things happened. The scene changed, also her dress also changed. So now, the previous example we've done, we've only used two images. So now I brought in three different images. The first image is the image of the artist. The second image is I brought in a dress or an outfit that I want her to wear. Then the third image is the environment. At Odunwayo is wearing the dress and she's standing in the pathway of bloomed flowers, wide angle shots looking at the camera. So when I went ahead to generate this image, it gave me this image that we have here. So you can see it has changed the dress. So I think I did two versions. This is the second version. And I need a close-up shot of this thing, environment. Then I now went ahead to convert those into a video. So I believe I've been able to explain in clear terms how you can bring in your reference image, background, whatever costume you want to use, input them into Runway and generate the visuals you want to do. I think I've successfully explained that in simple terms. So if you want to lip sync with Runway, you have two options. Either you use Act One or you use their lip sync function. So if you go back to all tools, you see we have lip sync video. I tried using this for the music video, but the output was not great. And not even for the music video. I've tried using it for other projects. The emotion is not real. So that's why I just don't use this. So if you try this and it works for you, just kudos to you. Every video you generate using Runway, you have these options down here. So if you check this action tab or these three ellipses that says action, if you click on it, you will see other options here, right? So this is reshoot with Aleph Act 2. Like I said, they have Act 2 now. But at the time I did this video, it was Act 1. If I click on Act 2, it will bring me here. So what does this mean? Act 1 basically would take whatever is in your driving performance, that's the video you input here, the way your mouth moves, your eye, all of those gestures, it will take it and transfer it into a video here. So Act 2 is more powerful than Act 1. I had assembled the entire music video together. So what was left was the part where I wanted her to sing. So I knew those sections. Some of them were like 10 seconds or maybe 5 seconds. So I knew the parts that I wanted her to sing. So those were the exact part that I sang and now use it as a driving performance for her. So let me just show you that. So if I come back here to this image and I click reuse prompts. So as you can see, this is my driving performance. This is the video that I want to transfer my driving performance into. So let me play my driving performance. You can see this is 10 seconds. So this is what Runway took and imputed it into this video. And we now had this. So this one too, if I click on reuse settings. So this is still me. If I play the video. She rises like the moon in her face, like a voice through the haze. So this is my driving performance, and this is the output that we got. She rises like the moon in her face, like a voice through the haze. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? So this is what I did for every other part of that music video that the artist sang. So I can't run through all of them right now, but it's basically the same science. I hope this tutorial has been insightful. If it added value to you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And share it with other creatives so we all grow together. Also, if you want to sign up with Suno AI, kindly use my referral link. I've dropped it in the description box below. So, keep telling meaningful stories, use the tools, but don't let the tools use you. And always remember, don't settle for less. See you next time on Uhura Workshop.